Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Alright, let's carry on with Alpha Noah, Alice, and the Crystal Extract. See what has come of the people we saved from the Holminster Switch. Also, sorry if I'm kind of sniffly today. My sinuses are still releasing for me, waking up less than an hour ago. So. Discharged my duty to Bragi, huh? Now, I've actually only played through Shadowbringers 3 times, and 2 of those times I actually skipped all the cutscenes because it was so fresh. You know, I didn't feel the need to rewatch most of them. I mean, I rewatched some of them because, like, there's obviously some really noteworthy ones. But I don't remember the exact flow of events. I remember roughly what happens. I don't remember exactly what happens. Interesting opportunities, huh? So despite the fact that Clyde entered the town as, like, one of the Exarch's friends, all the Exarch's friends are, like, out in the world doing their own thing, being so powerful that, like, there's no concern over whether they're gonna get killed by senators or not. I show up in the town, I'm armed to the teeth, I've got katanas, I've got lances, I've got greatswords, I've got astrologian globes, rapiers, full body armor that has, like, you know, this weird future tech meshed into it. And they're just sort of like, oh, you're a strapping young lad. If you were at Holminster Switch with the guard, like, what the fuck do you think I was doing? But I don't like beer. I'm more of a sake kind of guy. Oh, you like how they made use of the camera angle there to make Clyde look like he's as tall as this Rogadin or whatever? I get the feeling that when they use the angles like that, it makes even the shorter characters like Mikotes and stuff, maybe even Lalafells, although I'm sure if Lalafells it's a lot more noticeable that you're shorter than everyone, but I'm sure with like Mikotes and Midlanders and the small girly races, like they do the camera angles like that so you don't feel small, as small as you actually are. Have I seen that elf somewhere before? Pretty sure we have. Well, not in the LP, but she looks like the elf that was in the promotional work for Final Fantasy XIV back in 2010. Bounties on senators, huh? Cardinal virtues, huh? 3 years ago, huh? Tough as light wardens, but they don't have, like, entire hordes? They're not responsible for the sky? Revenge, huh? Two of them are bards? Why are two of them bards? This is bard bias. Get the fuck out of here with all these bards. Well, two of them are also tanks. What is this? What is this? Role quests, eh? Well, this is the reason why Clyde has been leveling so many jobs. Because we can pick up all of these now. Personally, my favorites are the ones with... Well, I really like Giots, or Giots, or Gaiot. I don't know how you say it. It's a Final Fantasy IV reference name. It was King of the Dwarves in Final Fantasy... did I say Final Fantasy XIV reference? Final Fantasy IV reference. And, I like her storyline a lot. Spoiler alert, this is a girl dwarf. You can't tell right now, but you'll be able to tell later. She'll say it a few times. Lue-reeq's quest is kind of cool, I guess. I don't really like Lue-reeq, though. You can tell by his dress that he's from Yulmore. So, like, he's from Yulmore. Also, I'm racist against Makotes, so if I haven't said that before. Lue-reeq's quest is actually pretty cool. And, I'll be showing you all of them, so... we could talk to Lue-reeq first, but I don't want to. We'll talk to him last. Let's talk to Granson. Bada bing, bada boom. We gotta get a few million EXP for all of our... for 4 of our jobs. Granson, how do you have an alliance Tabor defending? Whatever. That's the tank body from Gimlet Dark. You're right, I am a tough bastard. You should have seen when I did the Tsukuyomi. That was clutch. Details, man. The devil is in the details, and that's who I intend to kill, baby. Oh. We know him. Dikaioscenes, the fiend he's after. Guess they got radically different names when they became Sin Eaters. Former Warriors of Light, huh? Oh, I have heard it before, but, remember what his name was back in 3.5 or whatever? What do they call him? Like, Brownoff or whatever? Or Braidoff? Not Brandon. They changed his name to make it more appealing. I don't think we've hit the story mode rationale for that yet. Or maybe we did. But, they're going to tell us, it's going to be a throwaway line that's basically Ardbert telling us, oh yeah, we had to use aliases on the source because we didn't want people to know our real names. Like, we had to have, the naming conventions are different across the planets or whatever. It's like, dude, no one gives a shit what your name is. Like, there's motherfuckers walking around with Warriors of Light named, like, you know, my boobies are real stuff. You're gonna put an end to him, eh? He calls us sinner. You know, one thing I heard about Sin recently, I read a quote by the famous poet Rabindranath Tagore, that sin is a, you know, a way of life or like a state of being rather than just one action or just action, you know. You're a bounty hunter, huh? Yeah, we'll feign interest. We'll be polite, I guess. Clyde's like, man, why the fuck did I feign interest? If you try to walk away, though, he stops you and it's like, wait, I'm rich. And then you're like, oh, is that so? That was the option I chose in days of yore. Hollow Pursuits, huh? Phronesis. At least that one's name is easy to say. Phron the what's it? Not for Clyde, though. Now, this one actually mentions that there's 4 of them. Archmagus Nalbert, huh? Baleful magic feared the realm over, huh? Unmatched in sorcery, huh? Clearly he needs a mage, because he's a bard. And bards are stupid, innately. But, yeah, that's right. I'm classist against bards, sue me. It's actually a really fun class to play, but, don't tell any bards I said that. Haven't redone my healer glam in a while, I guess. Sorry if you hear a lot of banging around. I live above a garage, and it is currently opening and closing ad nauseum. Lally ho! Oh, got all sorts of Final Fantasy IV references up in this bitch. Lally ho! I can get back behind an enthusiastic greeting. Gonna have to do something about this healer glam, though. Well, well, well. Well, I'd say the hardest things I've ever healed would be Neo X Death back in Stormblood, and Twintania back right after they put turn 5 into the Duty Finder, and then I guess Omega 11 Savage. I think those are the biggest notches on my healer belt. Particularly Omega X Death, or Omega X Death. Neo X Death. He had a... I haven't shown him off because I couldn't... Like, none of my friends are playing right now. Like, it's patch law full time, and people just don't want to play. So... could dye these, I'd use them, but can't. So yeah, whatever. I'll dye them. Sorry for this timeout for glamming. I just can't stand to have. These pants are gonna look good. In any case, I don't think they look good right now, but oh well. I can't remember what I had. I think it was like Pagos trousers or something. I don't have any long steel. Definitely not the Pagos pants. I don't remember showing off my midriff in such a fashion. Yeah, whatever. This'll do for now. It doesn't matter. Nuts to you. Oh yeah, we want to pick that up. That's clan hunts. And I'm not really going to be doing them too much on Clyde, but part of the point of the Let's Play is to show off stuff you can do, and this is the next set of hunts that are really worthwhile for experience points yield. Halidor's menacing you, huh? Clan Nutsy's man, huh? I call it Clan Nutsy over here instead of Centurio. Maybe it has something to do with the apocalypse. Send hunters and such. Dying many more light. Oh no, I've run out of red dye. Oh well. The cavalcade of clashing colors. This is on the ground level. So I guess we could have walked out the other way, but whatever. You know, I said last time we were going to be going through main story this time, but I guess I lied. Because with all these unlocks we got to do for the role quests, you know, we're just going to have to. I think it's basically required by the main story that you do the first role quest now. And then it's not required that you do another role quest all the way until the last level 79 quest. After the last level 79 quest. You actually hit level 80, and they require you... Or actually, no, it's the last level 79 quest for the main storyline, but they actually require you to be level 80 and have done a level 80 role quest in order to advance it. Oh, sounds like my dogs are being bad. So, sorry if I went through that really fast. He's basically just telling us the state of Clan Nutsy. It's not really that important, like their lore or anything. It's basically a bunch of Yulmorans before they were led by Vothri, decided to use their fortune to basically stake out just gonna ignore most of what he says because he's just beasts are dangerous. Like it's basically the same exact deal as the Clan Centario, except it's Clan Nazi now. But as far as their lore goes, Yulmoran nobleman decided to use his fortune instead of for living in bliss. He wanted to make a band of hunters that would make love in the club, and so he used his fortune. He made, he gathered a bunch of rando hunters to go out and start killing sin eaters and other problematic monsters, less to keep the populace safe and more to prove their battle prowess and sort of get an exhilaration through fighting. And instead of using Centario seals, they use the currency sacks of nuts. So yeah, we get that. And for the most part, let's see. Okay, so we've got 3 of our role quests out here. Oh man, too many scars. We passed one already. I was gonna do the healer one first, but it looks like Granson is closer. And we don't have flying, so I just wanna... We'll do it on Dark Knight. We'll do it on Dark Knight. We'll do it on Dark Knight. I hate this game sometimes with aggro and like the overworld monsters are purely inconvenient. They're not dangerous in the slightest unless you're like 10 levels under them, or if you're on like a crafter or something. Doing them a favor, putting them out of their misery. Sounds good to me. Oh, hey, look, they sort of roll into one another. We're gonna kill the Sin Eaters over here, and then theoretically, unless like we have to meet them back here or something, we'll get to move right on to, I guess, the healer one. Yeah, so that'd be good. I think we have to go meet Sarah out in Amarang. Yeah, he's the one. He's the odd man out. The first 3, the other 3 start in Lakeland, and we're copy pastes of one another essentially. And he's the one where they're like, well, "What should we do for caster DPS?" What do you got to say, Granson? Anything worthwhile? Oh, you're just gonna be sitting it out. That works for me. I don't need your help anyway. I like this monster type, but I'm still annoyed by the fact that it aggroes me. Okay, are you gonna have us go up? Yeah, you're having us go up somewhere really far to the north. So let's just switch over to healer real quick and go ahead and knock Gietz out and see where she wants us to go. Have we heard this music before? Well, I guess that's Giet's version of provoke. You probably heard the loud noise and was like, a lalafell. Gonna eat the shit out of that. Okay, well, maybe Giet let herself be beaten up in order to see what what we're on about here. Love Earthly Star. It can be kind of hard to use sometimes. You have to base it around people that you're, using it with or whatever. But broke 3 or so ribs and at least 1 femur. Broke a femur? Jeez, healing magic is amazing. Okay, so we can go south or we can go north. Let's go south, because we can teleport up to Fort Job. We've attuned to there. Maybe we'll lose aggro by the time we get to West Marker. This is one reason I really hate Lakeland. Until you get flying, this area that's like right outside the Crystarium has the freaking hob traps or whatever. And I hate that monster type. I hate it so much. It like aggroes sound, it aggroes from range. It's just straight up annoying. Like, there's no benefit to it. I hate it so much. We could do Lue-reeq's quests on any physical damage dealer. So I think anything from Bard, Dancer, Machinist, and any of the melees. So. My lord, huh? How much is he paying you? Well, time is definitely money, considering we're paid hourly and salaries are annually. You don't start getting benefits at your company until you work there a few years. Which is bullocks, if you ask me. If you can do the work and you can do it just as well as whoever you're replacing or whatever task you're getting into, you should get full benefits, like, right off the bat. That should be an incentive to work there. Like, whatever. We're actually in level content now, so switch these 2 around permanently. Sorry for the lack of commentary there. My brother came to talk to me for a while before he shoves off to go help his wife out. Let's see. Yeah, that was the idea. That's why I killed those senators for you, grandson. Why do I get a feeling that all four of these are going to be difficult to pin down? Shared by tragedy. Let us be about it. What are you, related to Heian somehow? It's just another one of those phrases that they've been obsessed with since like 4.0. It's like that whole wheel or for wheel or for woe that was like from 2.1 until like 3.2 or some shit. Whenever the dev team gets obsessed with a certain phrase, they will say it ad nauseum. Eat, drink, and be merry, huh? Everyone wants to get Clyde drunk on this planet. So he's a fan of feasting. It's that bitch. The bitch that shot Alice. Rinda Ray was her real name, huh? And she gets a basic bitch-ass cardinal virtue name, too. Andrea? Are you fucking kidding me? hope my mic audio didn't cut out when I put my mic up to talk to my brother. Didn't the Warriors of Light save the world? I mean, they said they did everything right. He's basically, I don't give a fuck, I'm trying to get famous now. Well, that was the idea. With pleasure, I suppose. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna kind of enjoy putting that bitch to the sword. She shot Alice after all. And even if it is only her Sin Eater contaminated body that I kill, I'm still gonna kill her. So. Vengeance and defeat, huh? I never left, you idiot. These role quests assume that we're further in the main storyline because of our level is higher than it should be right now. Vicious spider, huh? Looks like he's got a lot of helpers. I guess he pays well. Like feasting? Very well. We'll get around to that eventually here. You didn't do anything. You sure you're not just drunk? Sophrosine, huh? A lot of them end in that "ene," you know, Y-N-E. The tank one is dicalosine or whatever, and she's, you know, sophrosine. Well, I guess two of them, half of them. Because the cat girl got Andrea, because she's gonna have an actual cool Greek-related mythology name. She's gotta have Andrea. It's probably related to some sort of mythology somehow, but it is still a basic bitch white girl name, so. Without her helm. Oh no, she was willingly showed her face to those who weren't kin. Yeah, Lalafels call themselves dwarves in this world. And they wear those helmets to make them all look the same. And that's not their actual beard, it's actually just part of the helmet. It's actually a level 68 set for each job. You can actually make yourself look like a giant dwarf. still gotta go to Amarang. I don't think we can Aetheryte straight over there, but we're gonna want to take an Amaro because Lue-reeq is gonna be like right out of the Amaro gate, and since we don't have flying, it would waste several minutes that we do not have on traipsing back. So. Sure am bound for Amarang. We've got about 18 minutes left in the recording. We probably won't get back to the main storyline just today, but that's okay, because these role quests are tied into it somewhat, and they're also eventually tied to a dungeon, and some cutscenes later on too. Well, there's no way Clyde could be all talk. He basically doesn't actually speak. I mean, they give him lip flaps sometimes. We never hear his voice. For all we know, he's communicating telepathically. People are assuming they're hearing his voice. And he's assuming he's talking. He's about as silent as protagonist can get. I am in no mood, Desert Armadillo. I kind of wonder why they put these role quests after Holminster Switch, but it's whatever. I guess they wanted to get story introduction and stuff out of the way as quickly as possible. And also tie in a narrative reason as to why people would think well of us and have it be have us be reputable. Lue-reeq, huh? Seems legit. I like Lue-reeq. I like it even better, the fact that we can teleport there to save a little bit of time. I also really like Amarang. I honestly don't have like a super big love for desert zones, but usually they're done really well, in my opinion. Like they're made in a way that makes them very palatable. Cavernous black holes materializing out of thin air, swallowing everything around them into the abyss, huh? Sounds like a void gate. Looks like a void gate, too. The hollows, huh? So is he, like, straight up sending them to the void? That's kind of deadly. I thought Sin Eaters were supposed to be light aspected creatures. But I guess if you're a black mage, maybe they just kicking it up a notch. I like Lue-reeq. He's alright. Seems legit. Oh, we're gonna get some Mappy XP too. Since we're on to the second quest string now, we can switch over on our jobs and break on through to the other side, maybe. I wonder what sort of creature. This is like some sort of whale spine or something. Over and over again. Son of a bitch, I am in no mood. Hey. There must be two. Okay, one's like more of a pasty, and the other one's more of a traditional pasty. One's got the Final Fantasy XI model for the pasty, and the other one has the Final Fantasy XIV model. Final Fantasy XI model's better. The one that's over there. Oh, hey, look at that. Fight one of them anyway. Teleport back there in a moment. Got to... Getting confused about which job is doing what. I didn't do these concurrently on my first playthrough, or any of my subsequent playthroughs of Shadowbringers. I did one job and one role quest line to finish the storyline as quickly as possible. Because like I said, they don't really keep you locked in to doing these. They're not optional. Like all but one, you have to do at least one role quest line. And the thing they try to do with them is there's going to be instance battles eventually, and in those instance battles, you're supposed to basically learn the ins and outs of your role on a very basic level. Like the tanking one will have like, you know, tank these monsters and tank them over here. Gather them up so that we can limit break them, stuff like that. It's not too bad. Looks like we won the contest here. It's a shame we're doing all the work though. But you know how Clyde tends to be. Up and walk on back. Not really going to be faster to teleport to Lue-reeq at this point and roll out. Although I guess if I teleported there, I could turn in the mage one. But, yeah, whatever. The good thing about trying to show off these role quests is, well, trying to show off as much as possible will lead us right up to the clock. Only I don't remember how long any of the cutscenes are, so... I don't think any of them are too absurdly long, at least yet. Later on with the instance battle ones, the cutscenes for these will be a bit longer. But for right now, it's not that bad. How much you want to bet that he like gave up after like 10 minutes and went back to Mordsuk or some shit? Ah, first sighting. It's a cat girl. Well, she still looks like a cat girl, but she's like light poisoned. Oh, we're getting echo visions. Echo visions and side quests. Hey, look, it's Coral Rugina. It's a Fate super boss in the Dravenian Forelands, at least on the source. Balam Queets, huh? Y'all are like wearing level 15 gear. There's no way you could take on Coral Regina. Well, I guess the Elezen has on level 20 gear. Yeah, that's about as well as it would go in level 15 gear. Seems legit, I guess. By the gods, and I thought we were lucky just to catch a glimpse of Andrea, but you're also telling me you were granted a vision of her past with this power of yours? Always with the celebrating, huh? While not having done any of the work. I mean, to be fair, we just didn't see him do any of the work. Like, he was, supposedly, he was looking for stuff, but, it's hard to be sure, you know? We got about 5 minutes, a little shy of 5 minutes. We might get this last cutscene in for, the Mage Quest line, and that'll be where we have to call it for today. But, there'll be more of these soon. Go, dude. Scout for the lookout point, huh? We will see, we will see. If it winds up that we get down here and it triggers a cutscene and the cutscene's too long for the, you know, the rest of the recording time we have, that's a level 80 B rank. Juggler Hectone. That's a Final Fantasy XI reference, sort of. It's also a Final Fantasy XI type monster. Animated weapon. Yeah, if the cutscene's too long for this, or like if this triggers a cutscene that's too long, then I should be able to replay it at one of the ends. Dude, that is straight up an Allegan robot. I thought you wanted a mannequin. Bring us a clockwork soldier. Is it time to have another Echo Vision? How long do those hollows stay open? What if he just leaves and they close? Dark in here, huh?